So here's the video that I edited. This is two videos put together. The first one is a video that he had where he freaked out on everyone. So I guess I should preface this for when I put this on YouTube. So
Right,
Marcel Basset, our favorite sovereign citizen, has gone off the deep end and decided to just go scorched earth on everyone. This man, I already, how do I put this? First of all, Marcel calls me out in one of these videos, which I appreciate. Hello, Marcel. You're always in my comment sections on your videos where I cover you. I love it, and I appreciate it, so thank you very much.
That's right.
Today we're going to be watching your videos where you try and tell everyone that they're going to get genocided. I would say, however, Marcel, thank you for coming. You should probably not use racial slurs and doxing people so consistently in your videos, for two reasons. First of all, because you're going to get your channel deleted, and that'll be sad for us, because then we don't get to see your beautiful face on Sovereign Citizen Sundays anymore. And secondly, because I had to take like an hour and a half to go through the entirety of the two videos and bleep all the slurs and bleep all the doxing. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So do me a favor, next time, cool it. So without further ado, let's check out his amazing freakout video.
I'm Basset, Peacemaker Society. This is going to be probably the most genuine message I've ever done. I fucking hate all of you. I fucking hate you. Ever since I was a little kid, you guys picked on me, you were mean to me. When I was a teenager, I found out you're all fucking stupid. I became an entrepreneur and found out that you guys are all dumbasses. You get jobs and make other people rich while you stay poor. You pay taxes, you don't give a fuck. You're horrible, bad fucking people. Bad fucking people. And I used to be one of you. That's how come I fucking know. You're more worried about tax write-offs than you are that you sold your fucking kid. Who I used to work, or who I used to know as a teenager, you'd rather work for the Canada Revenue Agency than do the right thing. Don't give a fuck about anyone but yourselves because you're fucking alcoholics. To all the people who criticize me, you're fucking and I'm gonna let the Freemasons fucking burn you to the ground. I am glad the elites are gonna fucking kill you all. I'm staying independent as Peacemaker Society, but I fully support them fucking murdering you people.
Okay, let's take a breather for a second, because this is going to be an exhausting video if you're not ready. Let's take in the scene for a second. First of all, this James Bond villain speech is taking place in his home office, it looks like, perhaps in his bedroom. He does the evil villain speech in the wardrobe that you expect, a bathrobe, and nothing else. He has a laptop from, looks like 2003 on the table, next to a pipe to smoke marijuana, which I appreciate. Good on you, Marcel. TV, not too bad, and yeah, just general decor. Your corkboard got a little too much stuff on it, Marcel. I would suggest you clean it out, but you know, your organization is your own business. Now, on to what you're actually saying. First of all, naming a bunch of people intentionally, maybe you don't intend to dox them, but in the second part of the video you start naming people's addresses, or at least one individual's addresses, which I had to bleep, of course. Not generally a good move to try and dox people. Not a cool thing to do. And secondly, wishing death on people who disagree with you, kind of a dick move, generally speaking. Also, the Freemasons are like a weird fraternity gentleman's club. They don't control the world.
I will have nothing to do with it because I don't kill people. I'm peaceful. But after 12 years of trying to bring you guys freedom, fuck every one of you who doesn't learn. You're about to be fucking murdered. Everyone you know is about to be fucking murdered, and you deserve it, you piece of shit. And I'm fucking glad they're killing you so I don't have to. If I didn't have my oath, a lot of you would be fucking dead already.
He'll claim to be peaceful multiple times throughout this video, and I don't think Marcel understands that wishing death on people is not a peaceful act, and threatening them further is also the antithesis of peaceful. The organization that he is the head of, basically, by the way, is ironically named the Peacemaker Society. So yeah.
You actually wouldn't, because I'm not psycho like that, but you fucking deserve it. And that's why through my life I intimidated the fuck out of all of you so much. Because fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck everybody. You pieces of shit. To all the people I taught.
Who is he directing this video towards? There were other people in his organization known as the Peacemaker Society, who over time left because all the things he's trying to teach are bullshit, pseudo-legal nonsense. So over time they left, and he's very mad at them for not supporting his nonsense society.
And you didn't found your own society? Fuck you too. To my critics, fuck you. I'd kill you before you talk shit to me to my face, motherfucker.
He's very peaceful, though.
And I wouldn't kill you, but I'd hit you in the face a few times.
Oh, good. He stepped back. He won't kill us, but he'll assault us. Good.
Fucking for sure. Before my oath. Now I have my oath, but you know what? I'm going to decide what I want to do with that. Peacemaker Society is an experiment. It still exists. I'm not shutting it down, but we're closed to all of you. I'm not teaching a motherfucker who doesn't pay us a shit ton of money because the rest of you deserve to fucking die. If you have no money, you're a fucking loser. You deserve to die. If you're fat, you're a genetic defect. If you're a fuck you from God.
That was an F slur, in case you don't know.
If you're worshiping at a church that's a corporation, fuck you from God. Fuck every piece of shit loser who supports this corona bullshit. Fuck all of you who don't understand your own sovereignty and spit on God. Fuck you from the bottom of my fucking heart till the day I die. I don't give a fuck about helping any of you anymore. You're on your fucking own. And everything I do works. I have bank accounts. We're unregistered, unincorporated. So if any of you think I'm quitting because of me and this not being real, it's fucking real. And I'm taking it off the market so you fucking die. So you fucking die!
Now, I am not a healthcare professional. I am not a mental health care professional. However, I get the impression that Marcel could benefit from some anger management. Maybe, I don't know, some calming techniques. Maybe one of those weighted blankets. I don't know. This, though, not the healthiest.
I fucking hate you. You're a piece of shit. God scorns you, and I hope you burn in fucking hell. You'll notice this is the only video on my website. You're all fucking done. I have all the information. You want to pay me 10 grand plus? I'll pay you. You can pay me and I'll help you for money. Because the rest of you deserve to fucking die. I don't care if you have a good heart or bad heart. You're fucking useless. You're a genetic defect and I'm glad the system's gonna fucking kill you. So unless you have money, don't call me ever fucking again. We're changing our numbers. We're changing everything. We're very private going forward because I'm gonna revel in them fucking murdering you. The legal system's killing you, and I'm fucking glad. Freemasons, Illuminati, great job, even though you're fucking criminals I don't support.
The Illuminati is not real, and, what's the other one? The Freemasons? They started as a trade union and then became a fraternity. They don't control the world. It's a club.
These assholes deserve murder. Fucking kill them. I'm not fighting you guys anymore. I don't give a fuck what you do to them. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers. And Freemasons, I'm sure you're real happy to hear that. My family lines are Freemasons and shit, I'm sure. Right? That's all my family, right? I'm not in favor of my family. I hate them as much as I hate citizens. And I don't honestly support the genocidal agenda, but citizens, you fucking deserve it. Enjoy getting fucking murdered, you dumb motherfucker. And if you're a citizen, you are a fucking...
That's right.
That was an N-word.
Rest of your life, you're a fucking... Bye. I don't associate with any color, motherfuckers. Sovereign, bitch! Fuck you! And for 12 years, it's been my pleasure to shit all over all of you because I'm better than you. And I always fucking will be. Bye.
He just rattled off like 6 N-words in 30 seconds. So that's part 1.
Hi everyone, it is Marcel of the Family Beset of Peacemaker Society, and we're gonna have another honest conversation.
He gets less angry in this one, but more vindictive, if that makes sense. This whole video is basically him trying to dox everyone who's ever worked with him and multiple family members. Of course, I bleeped all that out. Any identifying information. I think the only names in this I didn't bleep out are a time when two people's first names are used and they have the same first name. The rest, it's all bleeped. Because, you know, I'm not going to help spread him doxing people.
Obviously, over the years, I've turned into an angry asshole towards the general public. But I want you guys to understand how I got to where I am. And even if you guys don't understand, I'm doing this for historical purposes. The reason I do these videos is a little bit therapy, but the main reason is so that when the future freedom fighters come to defeat the legal system, they understand the journey that those of us who cared laid out before.
So some delusions of grandeur going on. He believes that he is the seed that will grow into a mighty oak of resistance against law existing. Good luck with that, Marcel. I don't think this will last on YouTube for a week, much less be preserved as a historical record, but, you know.
So I want everyone to understand, when I found freedom...
I'm shocked these haven't been removed from YouTube, by the way. He uses, like, racial slurs multiple times in both videos, and they're still up.
I was poor. I was living in a one-bedroom apartment.
What's his channel? Marcel Bassett is his channel.
I had a roommate who was renting one of the bedrooms. I had lost my house a few years before. I had just finished getting out of an apartment with no power. I was living with coke and crackheads. And the man she was dating at the time, they were homeless. So out of the goodness of my heart, I let them have the extra bedroom because I'm a sweetheart, and that's what I did. Also, when I started this journey, people need to understand, everybody knew me. I was very involved in the weed community, so everybody every day would stop by. My place was called the Chill Spot. They would all open up to me about their lives, what was going on.
What I'm getting from reading between the lines in that he was big in the weed community and that people would come by his place all the time and it was called the Chill Spot is, it sounds like Marcel was a drug dealer, which is weed. I don't care. I don't give a shit if anyone sells weed. Like, I think the prohibition of marijuana is stupid, so I don't really care, but I find it funny that he kind of skirts past that, but later in this video, he'll accuse his other friends of being drug dealers, even though it appears that he was a drug dealer at some point.
I was very popular. Everybody knew me. I was tough. I would stand up for people. Before I found the society stuff, I got involved in the downtown community. I met all the gangs. I met people from Mad Cow. I met everyone Big Mama knew. I met who rolls with Hell's Angels on a regular basis, even though he has nothing to do with them directly. He's independent. I met everybody. I met Troy. I met the other Troy who were in the ecstasy trade. I met everybody. I was on war councils. I sat with people ready to kill each other and would negotiate peace.
At this point, I genuinely can't tell if Marcel is a compulsive liar who is making all of this up, because he gets into stuff later too. He's like, oh, I ran, you know, I was part of the Italian mob, and he says all kinds of stuff. So I can't tell if he's had, like, legit the weirdest life ever, or if he's just a compulsive liar. I'm leaning towards compulsive liar, but who knows?
I did that day in, day out.
Hold on, I gotta do something about the alerts going off. Thank you everyone for following from the raid, by the way. I appreciate it.
That's right, capitalistic.
But that noise is gonna drive me crazy, so give me a second to oops, that's not what I wanted to mute. Display capture. There we go. And window capture. I'm gonna go turn the noise off for now. Alert box.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
Follow. There. Hopefully that'll be mute for right now, just because, you know, it's constant. There we go. Better.
For many, many years. I was in the process of becoming a very violent man. I have been charged many times in my past before the society journey started. I was 29 when I found out basically that governments are a corporation, which is true. SEC.gov.
The government is not a corporation, not a private corporation the way he's saying. He always cites SEC.gov for this too. SEC.gov. Oops, wrong one. SEC.gov.
There's nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
He cites SEC.gov when he says that, but that's not really how citations work. You need to, like, give a specific page. He's claiming that SEC.gov says that the governments of both Canada and the United States are private corporations registered in Washington, D.C. But this is just the homepage. This is what he cited, SEC.gov. And, you know, obviously there's nothing to that effect on the website because it's not true, but especially not on the homepage. That's not how citations work. Come on, Marcel. You can do better than that.
And anyone who doubts that, you're fooling yourself.
There's nothing funny about
so when I found that out...
Wait, is the noise still going? I thought I turned that off. Oh, that was for subscriptions. Gotcha.
And you guys can call agencies, ask them if they're limited liability. They absolutely are. They're also listed on Dun & Bradstreet in Canada.
Being limited liability doesn't necessarily mean you're a private corporation. Government agencies can be limited liability. That doesn't make them a private corporation.
Manitoba Justice.
Limited liability just means your personal assets cannot be involved in legal battles between someone and the entity you work for, right? So if I have an LLC, for this or whatever, if someone like Marcel, for instance, were to try and sue me for some reason, he would lose because he's, you know, he has no claims. But either way, let's say Marcel wanted to sue me and I have an LLC. He would be able to take assets of the LLC if he were ruled in favor of, but he wouldn't be able to take any of my personal assets. That's limited liability. The liability is limited to the organization that you are operating under. This is often for private businesses. If you ever see a company name and then it says LLC, that's what it means, limited liability corporation. However, limited liability doesn't only apply to limited liability corporations. That's just the main purpose of an LLC. A government entity can also be limited liability. So, like, if you do something for a government agency and you're an actor of the government agency and something happens and the government agency gets sued and is ruled against, it's limited liability in the sense that you personally working for that organization can't have, like, your house or your car taken from a ruling against the organization you work for, in that case a government agency. Limited liability does not inherently mean you are a private corporation. It just means you are shielded in some way from litigation against the organization you work for and your own assets.
But anyway, I'm not getting into the technical side as much as how I became an asshole through this. So I was a little bit of an asshole to begin with, except for I would use it against the odd person. In general, though, I found people pretty frustrating, but I had a lot of people. I thought a lot of people were solid. I thought that Hell's Angels was solid. I thought the Italian Mob was solid. I thought all these people were so solid that they'd stand up to the system. Then through hanging out with them, I saw they were really abused. You know, indigenous people, you know, they get searched and beaten, and black people, and then all my...
I would agree. I at least know in the United States, like, people of color get unduly treated poorly by the police. I would imagine the same thing applies to a certain extent in Canada. That's probably true.
Criminal people I knew were getting beaten up by cops. This one girl that I dated, her friend was hung upside down and beaten with telephone books, and her breast ruptured. The Winnipeg police are really greasy pieces of shit. And I knew that before I ever got involved in the society, but I never knew why. I just thought they were picking on criminals. I thought that's how it was. And just so people know, I never was religious. I never gave a fuck about Freemasons, Illuminati. I didn't even know what that shit was when we started, or when I started this journey. So basically at the time, I was handing over thousands of dollars to certain people every day. And through that, I had a lot of respect. I was making people $30,000 to $60,000 a month.
Doubt.
I wasn't making that, but I was making people money, so I was basically untouchable. So long story short, I got raided. Cops put guns to my head in my own home over some pot.
Again, I don't think that's right. I don't think the prohibition of marijuana has helped anyone. And yeah, it's entirely possible the police way overreacted when they went into his house and he was selling pot. Was he only selling pot? I don't know, but either way, if you're selling drugs and stuff and you're non-violent, I don't see the need for that. I would agree. They probably overreacted.
Which is now legal, so that was all bullshit. But yeah, so they put guns to my head. They threatened the other guys in the apartment with me. One talked, one didn't. I was looking at 3 years in jail, possibly, if convicted for the pot, which I medically qualify to smoke, and even back then. And one of the guys I was really close with, he said a whole statement saying that he had seen me this and that, and it was a lie. So that's... Oh, what's his last name? I can't remember his last name right now, lucky for him, but he was part of Crazy Indian Motorcycle Gang. He's an idiot. He was a rat, and eventually they kicked him out. And for me, letting the Crazy Indian Motorcycle Gang know he's a rat, I almost had to fight them for a couple of years, because their leader, who again, were cool at this point.
This is what I'm saying when I'm saying that it sounds like he's a compulsive liar, because he's like seamlessly jumping between being a drug dealer and talking about beefs he had with an entire motorcycle gang. It's unbelievable.
But he wouldn't believe me. He was being an idiot and starting shit. When I was the one who did him the solid, and his fucking crewmate almost put me in fucking jail. But again, it all worked out in the end, so fine. Even though we almost got in a knife fight at one point, and I was calling him that he loved rats right to his face. And again, he doesn't. We worked it out. Everything's cool. If you're watching this, I got no problem with you now. We're cool, whatever. But as far as this journey goes, so wound up being one of the founding members. He was my bro. I thought we were fucking tight. And then is another guy who founded the society. He was younger, though. He didn't really... I mean, he was the guy who told me we could do this, so I brought him on to honor that. But his wife got all scared, and they fucked off about a year into it. They abandoned me. Period. They just ran off. Another thing I want to say is a lot of people that I tried to lead, as soon as I try and lead them, they get resentful that they're not on my level.
You're gonna see some, like, megalomania or, again, more delusions of grandeur throughout this video. He consistently has a message of, like, I'm the greatest person in the world. I'm in the top 1 percentile. I'm a genius. He literally says he's a miracle. Like, it's real out there.
The fucking loser who owns that place who pulled out at the last minute when I had hundreds of staff hired to work at his restaurant, and like a coward, he backed out at the last minute. He fucked me over. Was supposed to come to meetings every week to help me run this from when we started it. He fucked me over. Okay, my sisters, I told them. I explained to them what this is, what we have. They understood it, especially. And she chose not to found her own society, go work for an airport, stripping Indigenous people of their rights every time she enters their name into a computer. So I told her.
That one confused me. Okay, so his sister, I guess, works for an airport, an airline, or something. Maybe the airport, maybe a specific airline. I don't know how it works. And he's saying that every time she enters the names of Indigenous people in the computer at the airport, it takes their rights away? It's like Dale Gribble shit. Like, who thinks that just putting your name in a computer takes your rights away? Marcel, your name is in the computer. You have a YouTube channel.
She's a piece of shit. That's my sister, and it breaks my heart. But when I was 29 and I found freedom, okay, I was a fairly bad guy before that. I did a lot of good stuff, but I did a lot of bad stuff. I was just trying to make my way in the world, right? So when I found freedom, I recognized, fuck, God activated me. He told me, go bring this to people. But I'm like, man, I am the wrong fucking messenger. Okay? In politics, if you're going to do politics, you better be squeaky, squeaky clean. Okay? I was running with crews. I know every type of criminal in Winnipeg at that time. I was doing enforcing, protecting people I knew from people robbing them. I had crews I protected. I had 30, 40, 50 people coming in and out of my apartment.
You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe our entire world is just like a GTA video game and Marcel is the main character. That's how he can both be a drug dealer and running with biker gangs and protecting the mob. He's just the main character in a Grand Theft Auto game, and we're all NPCs. Makes sense now.
Every day. Okay, hustlers.
It's also why he thinks the law doesn't apply to him, because every time he gets arrested, they just take, 5% of the money in his wallet, and then he gets let out.
Dealers, you name it. Okay? And I knew everybody. And I had all of their respect because all I did was support any piece of shit and anything they were and have their back. Okay? My mom and my stepdad have not called me once since I was 14 to even make sure I'm okay. Okay? I had hope in my heart and I thought people were good people when I started this. I knew there were a lot of shitty people, but I figured on average, most people would care about their freedom. The reason that I've done this work is I care.
Marcel, most people care about their freedom. The problem is you think people have freedoms that they don't have. You think people have freedom from consequences. You think people have freedom from the law, and they don't. The law applies to you whether you want it to or not.
Cared more about you than your own parents, than your own friends. I put everything I am. I used to be able to beat people the fuck up and get away with it all day, every day if I wanted. I gave that all up 12 years ago, and I'm the one who cares. You guys. I'm who cares. That's why I've done all these videos. I didn't have money, and I put every cent of my money into this society. Me, only me. Nobody else. No one else pitched in. Bought one computer for me in the beginning when I didn't have money.
So someone did pitch in. They bought you a computer. Computers aren't cheap.
Okay.
Especially back then. That was like a decade and a half ago. Now you could buy like a Chromebook or something for relatively cheap. But this was like 10 years ago. Even a cheap laptop is still, hundreds of dollars.
Would you leave your mom and dad behind? Would you leave your brother and sister behind to teach strangers who shit on you every day? I guarantee you wouldn't. Would you spend your money,
Yeah, Marcel, by the way, again, of course, all of this is my opinion. I'm sure you're still watching. This is all opinion, and I do not consent to be sued by you. Remember how that works, Marcel? You say you need consent from both parties? I do not consent to any liens. I do not consent to any legal action being filed against me. And remember, if you try and take action, then you're just proving that your own belief system is wrong.
food money to launch a program. Most of you wouldn't. I did. Okay, I moved into one-bedroom, roach-infested places so I would have the money to pay our head office, all of the development that we were doing, and everything else that went with it. I've paid every price for 12 years while all of you won't even study the work that I laid out in front of you and fill in the blanks on a fucking letter. That's what breaks my heart. That's why I'm an asshole. I still fucking care. But the reason I get mad, and I'm not even as mad at the public, I mean, I am pissed with you guys, but a lot of you don't know what the fuck is up. I'm mad at the people around me. I'm mad at the woman who says she loves me and doesn't bring this to you guys. For 6 years, she loves me to pieces, but she won't help you fucking assholes. And the longer that I do this, I understand, and I'm starting to be on their side. And that's what's fucking with me, because you need help. Freedom needs help. Everything is being taken, you guys. If you don't see COVID and the restrictions as completely unlawful, you're a fucking idiot.
It's not unlawful. They're public health measures to try and stop a global pandemic that's already killed. And I know you're in Canada. I think they're probably handling it better. And also people are more spaced out in most places in Canada, though you do have your, city places. I understand that. But, handling it better than America. In America, we have 400,000 people dead as of today. They think by February we're going to have 500,000 dead people. It's serious? It's serious? Maybe take it seriously, Marcel, for 5 seconds?
A Lisbon court. You know what? Let me pull this up right here, right now. All these people who think... Sorry, I gotta put these on so I can see. All these people think I'm this fucking lying asshole, and I'm not. I care enough to tell you the truth, even though you guys shit on me for it.
Here's the thing, Marcel, it's entirely possible that you believe all the things you espouse. It's possible. I've called you, in my opinion, perhaps, a compulsive liar, but that might not be the case. Maybe all this wild stuff is true, and maybe you even believe all this stuff that you're telling people about how the law works. But the thing is, even if you believe it, you are mistaken. You are mistaken, Marcel. You do not need to consent to the government for it to have power over you. The government has power over you de facto because they can back up that power with force. You don't have to like it. You can work to change how things operate. But, like, the federal government has power because they have a military, they have the police, they have local governments that are on their side, and they have, for the most part, the consent of the governed. Like, it's not magic words. The law doesn't apply to certain people because they consent. It applies to them because it's the law that is enforced by the people who have enforcement power.
Every day, and you don't help, and you wasted your lives studying dumb shit. So it's really traumatic for me helping all of you, and the reason I'm so bad at this, as far as how I interact, is because no one I know will be a bridge between me and you. No one will put up with you guys.
I'm sure that's the problem.
And a lot of them won't put up with the way I am towards you guys. Okay, but I started off positive. When I started this, you guys, I was so optimistic. For the first 3 or 4 years we did this, I didn't get mad at the public. I was perfect. If you watch our interviews, I was perfect. But how long can any of you spend every penny you have to help strangers you don't even like, than to give up everyone you love to teach people you'd rather punch in the face? Okay, and most of you
I was a nice guy. I just wanted to punch everyone in the face.
rather fucking knock out than help. And back in the day I would have. And the reason I get so mad is because I gave that up. I gave it up to become what needed to be, instead of staying the piece of shit I was. And a lot of days I wish I were still the old piece of shit I were. With exception that I'm doing better financially and everything is better. But again, you guys need to remember, I paid for all of this, right? So the reason I turned into such an asshole, you guys send your kids to public school.
The framing of this video frustrates me a lot too. I didn't do this, guys. He framed this video this way, I'm pretty sure. Unless the RIP program I used did it. Hold on, let me take a look. Marcel Bassett. Yeah. No, he framed it this way. It might have zoomed in slightly, but he's still out of frame, a lot of it. That's very frustrating.
Public fool system. They're being trained by a corporation to think you're an idiot, to strip your community standard, make sure your kid doesn't respect that. Also, the school doesn't have to give back your kids. They can force vaccinate them when they're there, and you can't even pick up your kids.
Annie B17 says, I feel like he's absorbed all the aggression of the entire nation of Canada, and now he's leaking. It's like a portrait of Dorian Gray, except instead of like old age and injury, he just absorbs all of Canada's mean-spirited thoughts. Now it's too much for him to bear.
It's if they don't give you permission, right? So get your kid out of fucking public school. Also, everyone I ever studied growing up, Think You Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, Brian Tracy, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, they all teach people that work jobs are idiots. They're losers. And the reason if you're broke, that's a problem, is because you offer no value to anybody around you. And if you do, you don't monetize it, which means you're a sucker. Right? Now, I'm not talking close friends and family. You want to help them out, go ahead. But the reason I'm such an asshole is every friend I thought I had, every solid gangster I thought I knew, are all punk bitches. Not a fucking one of them will rise up, do the right thing, and fight the system.
Now, if I knew a bunch of Italian mobsters and biker gang members, I certainly wouldn't go on the internet and call them bitches. Also, Marcel, you claim to be a Chief Justice, but do you have a gavel? I feel like maybe I'm a little bit more of a judge than you since I have a gavel.
Okay, I tried recruiting gangsters to fight police. I tried everything, and no one's gonna do shit. I always wondered, studying history, how it is that World War II happened. How did Hitler take power? And you right there are how Hitler won.
No, that's not how Hitler took power at all. Hitler took power because of the economic downturn that happened in Germany as a result of World War I, and them losing World War I, and then the concessions they made during the, armistice and all that stuff. And then Hitler radicalized a bunch of people. Actually, I should back up. The Nazi Party, the National Socialist Party, as it was called, was a socialist movement at first, but then people like Hitler came along, installed themselves. Hitler hated socialism, but he took over a socialist movement, purged all the actual socialists, and turned it into a fascist nationalist movement. He then attempted to take over the country by force, was put in prison for a while, where he wrote Mein Kampf, ended up getting out of prison, ended up getting installed as part of the government, and then when the actual head of the country died, Hitler installed himself as the Fuhrer, and basically, you know, started the fascist dictatorship that we know today as the Third Reich. Really, really scary stuff. It wasn't because of a virus or people wearing masks. It was because fascism.
Sitting there like an asshole while they took over, and that's what's happening with COVID right now. There are concentration camps, you guys. Relocation centers, you heard of them? Like, fuck.
He's mentioned that several times, and I don't know what he's talking about in reference to Canada, right? Because if he was talking about the US, then you could argue that, like, immigrant detention centers where they're, like, holding children and stuff in cages, yes, absolutely, I would agree. But I don't know what he's talking about, and I tried to Google relocation camps in Canada. I don't know if anyone else knows if he's referencing something real and misinterpreting it, if there is, I don't know. I don't know. But as far as I know, there aren't, like, Hitler-esque concentration camps, so...
Even today, like, fuck. Where are you guys going out selling what I teach? Go fucking...
Field hospitals that have gone up in rural areas, I assume for COVID. Does he think those field hospitals are concentration camps for some reason, even though they're there presumably to treat people and test them for COVID?
Bring it to people. And to those who say I charge money for this, it's been free the whole 12 years. The whole...
You had a thing on your website that had a price thing laid out.
The whole system was free in my videos every second of every day. Had you studied it...
Before that, it's entirely possible it was free, though.
Watched it, written it down, looked up what it meant, you'd have your fucking freedom, you fucking assholes. So the reason I'm an asshole now is I gave the best of myself to everyone my whole life. I stood up for every stranger I met. I helped women getting raped in the streets. I've been thanked by the Crown. I've been a top producer for hundreds of companies around the world. I've been trained by all these corporations, how everything works, how security interest works. I was a natural gas broker. I understand all of that. And the reason you guys are suckers is you fall for false wombs. They create a false womb around you, whether that's your sporting team, whether that's sending your kids to public school, whether...
Oh, is he referencing isolation sites in Canada, maybe? Hold on. Someone sent a link. Let me take a look at it. What you need to know about COVID-19 isolation sites and the conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories about internment camps, part of rise in misinformation, Trudeau says. There are a few different COVID-19 isolation facilities currently available to Canadians and plans for others in the future, none of which are internment camps, as some skeptics have been expressing online. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently assured Canadians. Since the start of the pandemic in Canada, the federal government has been paying to accommodate international travelers returning to Canada in hotel rooms or other lodging sites to facilitate their 14-day quarantine period. According to Health Canada, October 12th, 3,922 travelers have used the federal sites this year. There are currently 11 federally designated locations and 2 lodging spaces in Toronto, Montreal, Winnipeg, Vancouver, Kelowna, Calgary, Regina. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing some of these territories. Whitehorse, Fredericton, Halifax, and St. John's. As well in Toronto, a different type of isolation facility. So there are places that if you are out of the country or whatever, come here for 2 weeks to isolate. That's not what a concentration camp is. Marcel, do you think that Jewish people and LGBT people went to concentration camps in Germany for 2 weeks and then went home? That's not how the Holocaust worked.
That's the job you go to every day, to be a fucking own dumbass idiot who's getting taxed out of most of your money. Okay? Whatever you're doing, if you don't understand your rights, you're a fucking idiot. And you don't even care. Okay? Many of you won't buy membership. I spent a fortune developing this. The shit's not free. It never was. And I made it free for you out of my kindness. Some people gave gifts. Thank you to those who did. Right? Within that, though, you should all be giving gifts. You should all be funding what we're doing. And the fact you don't proves you're fucking dumb. Even the people who step up to help. You step up on your terms. I'm the one with the plan. You all come to me for help, and then you get upset when I tell you you're going the wrong direction. When I did the first show You asked me on again. You just...
Someone had a link about the airport thing. Let's take a look. Ontario to end practice of birth alerts that's led to babies being seized from new mothers. The Ontario government is directing children's aid societies to stop sending birth alerts to the controversial practice of notifying hospitals about newborns they believe may need protection, which has led to babies being seized from new mothers. These so-called birth or hospital alerts disproportionately affected racialized parents, particularly Indigenous and Black mothers. Associated Minister of Children and Women's Issues Jill Dunlop said the Ontario Native Women's Association applauded the announcement on Tuesday, saying Indigenous women have pushed for years for an end to the discriminatory practice. The ministry doesn't specifically track birth alerts, Dunlop said, but in the past year, she said 442 children were removed from their mother between 7 days and 12 months of being born, with 50% of those referrals coming from medical staff. Not to say that every one of these cases was the result of birth alerts, but it does provide an idea of how often newborns are often taken into care in Ontario, Dunlop said. She said Tuesday's announcement is one way that the province is fighting systematic racism in the child welfare system. So basically, what? People were having their kids taken away, and it was disproportionately affecting, like, people of color? That sucks. I'm glad they're ending that practice.
Called me and told me...
It's one thing if people are legitimately negligent to their children or abusive in some way, but just like, I think you look sus, I'm gonna take that baby. That's fucked up. But it said they're ending it, so that's good.
To go on the show. I told you I needed prep time. You didn't respect that. I need time to prepare what you guys need to know if I'm doing a fucking interview. Right? That's why I got...
Showed up late. What's the censoring for? He's doxing people, and he is using racial slurs. So I bleeped all that out.
Mad. And everyone, when we were doing the Freedom event, I did all the work. 80% of it. So yeah, we were running it. Myself and then you guys pull bitch and won't fucking do it because you gotta come to our house for the fucking meetings. Fuck you! You and you piece of shit overpriced fucking weed.
Did you just call someone a weeb?
Fuck you growing your weed illegally, piece of shit.
See what I'm saying? He's like trying to implicate people in crimes. He's saying, like, he names a person's name, which of course I censored, and then says, you illegal weed growing piece of shit, trying presumably to get him arrested or something, which is funny considering Marcel seems to have, in my opinion, based on reading between the lines, have maybe been a drug dealer at one point. And he was just espousing, like, I don't think I should have been arrested for possession of weed, which I agree he shouldn't have been. But in the same video, he's trying to get someone else in trouble for growing weed. It's hypocritical.
Every one of you.
Does he name me? He does. At the end of the video, he calls me out for criticizing him.
Who fucking doesn't help me. I'm gonna fuck up your worlds by bringing you to legal account. All of you, you won't fucking help me? Fuck you too. I have the plan and you fucking doubt me? I've known you since we were 14. Have I ever been full of shit a day in my fucking life? You were my tenant and you moved out without notice and I was fucking homeless because of you. Right? And also...
I don't censor him when he calls me out because it's me and I'm fine because I want people to know that he's talking about me during that part.
I lost my fucking son because wanted to be a fucking bar star, a fucking whore, instead of staying home and raising her fucking kid. Because I stood up for my son and us having two parents at home, fucking gave him a fake fucking name at the hospital and they all lied to me about it. I went to work when they signed the certificate. I asked my mom and dad to come to the hospital when my son was born and they wouldn't even fucking come because they're alcoholics. Because they didn't come, I was able to fucking give my son the wrong fucking name.
I don't even know what he means by fake name. I don't understand.
And that was part of her plan to steal him from me because she called CFS on her own daughter after she told her my understanding to go look for an apartment, and she called CFS.
Has he said the N-word yet? Yeah, in the first part he said the N-word about 6 times in the space of 30 seconds. He says it a couple times here.
Said that
all bleeped, obviously.
That abandoned our son and fucking took him. And then she blackmailed that if she didn't sign over all of her rights, she'd never see our son again. Then I got served with papers from CFS that never even contacted me to see if I wanted to raise my fucking son. And I was not able to go get him because CFS was protecting him with them, even though they're fucking piece of shit parasites. I would have raised my son way fucking better, but I was never given the chance. When you fucking bring up the fact that I let you take him, I thought you were gonna come back to me. You came back to me, we spent a week together, I proposed to you. I had my natural gas brokering lined up so we could earn $700 a day by working 2 hours to take care of our kid. But you went and decided to be the fucking whore going to the bar. And yeah, I cheated on you when you were pregnant because you were a lying cunt who told me rent was coming and you lied about everything, so I did that to break up with you.
So he calls his ex-wife a whore, or his ex, they weren't married, I don't think, because he said he proposed to her. So he calls his ex a whore, and in the same breath says, and yes, I cheated on you while you were pregnant. Marcel, who's the real whore here? Just a question.
And I was gonna forgive you. When you allegedly got raped, I fucked you afterwards. I made love to you, and I didn't care if I was getting fucking AIDS or anything from who allegedly murdered or raped you and shit.
This video's getting demonetized.
Okay, I was there for you in every fucking way, and your whole family turned your back on me over that knife fight. You and that fucking loser you were living with in that foster home, his girlfriend or friend who was a girl, a guy beat her up, and I went with you guys to back you up to kick his ass. Okay? He pulled a knife, he stabbed me, I defended myself with a knife, and you all blame me. This has been my whole fucking life. To everyone in the Maples where I stood up for you when we were teens and you turned your back on me, fuck you. When you came to my house with Rod and all those guys to jump me, fuck you. I remember you, bitch. All of you who ever turned your back on me as a teenager, fuck you. I have been the solid for everybody in my whole fucking life, including God and freedom when I learned what the fuck it is. And to the people out there, if you don't understand that the nation state is a corporation, you're a fucking SEC.gov. Go look it the fuck up.
Again, when you just cite SEC.gov, it doesn't mean anything. It just takes you to the SEC website. If you want to cite a specific thing from the SEC website, you need to cite that page. You can't just say SEC.gov. That doesn't mean anything.
And if you don't, fuck you. From every soldier who ever died for your freedom, fuck you. To everyone choosing legal jobs and public school and your job, your citizen job.
These are racial slurs he's saying right now.
Fuck you. I would have never said the N-word a day in my life when I was younger. Ever. But when I became a badass motherfucker on the streets with Cruz, I got my card. Okay?
He's hard R-ing, by the way. Not that it really matters, but, you know. It's the worst of the two versions he could be using.
Got that permission. I am the hardcore fucker where if you want to fight with me over that, you lay hands on me, I'll fucking kill you. I say whatever the fuck I want. Freedom of speech is allowed, and if you take action to harm me beyond that, you're the fucking criminal, not me. So.
Oh, free speech is allowed. Good. Okay, Marcel, I know you're watching this video. Remember that you just said free speech is allowed, meaning I can say everything that I've said. And continue to say. Just so we're clear.
Fuck you. I wish everyone were more honest. I say the N-word, but I'm not a racist. If you're black, brown, white, yellow, purple, green, I don't give a fuck. Are you smart? Can you do the job I fucking hire you for?
If you are using a racial slur as indicative of someone's intelligence level, that's not better. You get that, right? You understand that that's worse? At least as bad.
And at this point, I'm not even hiring people. You go learn my course, found your society, go teach others. I'm a fucking miracle. Most of you could never find a lawyer to do an identity document. I fucking did that. To all the people calling me lies and shit, to whoever's laughing at me right fucking now. Fuck you, you fucking goof. Back in the day, I would have kicked the fuck out of you. And now that I'm peaceful, here's my fucking lawyer notarized identity fucking document. Motherfucker.
That's the name of a notary. So he had this, like, BS legal document written up, and he had it notarized, and he seems to believe that something being notarized means it is official and therefore valid, when that's not what a notary means. My mom is a notary. A notary is just someone who is an officially recognized and certified witness that a document has been signed. Like, you can write whatever you want on a piece of paper and then pay for a notary to come and watch you sign it. It doesn't mean that they, like, went over the document and made sure it's legal. Like, my mom doesn't have that capability. She's not a lawyer. She was just in a business where she needed to be able to witness signatures and stuff. So, that's not what notaries do.
In repute for 20 plus years. She's been around for fucking ever. Okay? Affidavit of identity. That's her affidavit to my fucking identity, you fucking idiots. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you guys are a scam. Fuck you. Okay? I'm not showing the fucking account number. Peacemaker Society, motherfucker. And we're unregistered, unincorporated, a sovereign association bank account. So I'm not a 501c, I'm not a corporation, I'm not any of that. Also...
Okay, that doesn't make you... For those who aren't familiar with our previous looks into Marcel stuff, Marcel believes that he has started his own society. And not society in, like, the colloquial, we have a club, or we have a, an organization. He thinks society in the term of, like, like American society is a society, Canadian society is a society. He thinks that he has created, like, a sovereign society within the borders of Canada. You can't do that.
Since I got into this, I don't take money from the legal system. I fucking beat it. I'm not nice to any legal agent. Swing Kids, the movie. When you make their life easier, you help them. That's how Nazis took over, you dumb fucks. This year, everyone's fucked. And it's going to get worse. But food shortages are coming. And the Great Reset, they're supposed to take all your property. And if you guys don't...
That's a bunch of conspiracy theory nonsense. None of that's going to happen.
No, when you registered it, you gave up title, idiots. Called hypothecate. Look up a Black's Law dictionary. And that's the jargon lawyers use.
It's always Black's Law with these people. Let's look up hypothecate. Hypothecate. Pledge money by law to a specific purpose. Hypothecation is the practice where a debtor pledges collateral to secure a debt or as a condition precedent to the debt, or a third party pledges collateral for a debtor. Okay, so like in my mortgage, I have a mortgage for my house. My mortgage is collateralized by the property itself, the house. So if I failed to make mortgage payments, the bank could take my house because technically they own it, right? That's how it works. That's fine. That doesn't mean they're going to seize your property immediately for some conspiracy theory reason. It's just how they hedge their bets, because loans as they exist today are basically bets banks are making on the person they lend the money to. They're saying to you, okay, you can go and live in this house, if we're talking about a mortgage, and make mortgage payments over the next 15 or 30 years, depending on the term of your loan. And you're going to pay us interest on the house, but they bought the house up front, and now you're paying them back with interest. And they are basically betting on you being able to pay that off, right? That's why they want people with stable incomes, with earning potential, to get loans so they have a higher chance of getting all that money back with interest. And if you don't, they are hedging that bet by saying, okay, you can't pay us back, now we have the property and the house is ours, and we can sell it to try and make the money back. That's just how the financial system works. That's not a conspiracy, it's just the financial system. And you can agree or disagree with that in terms of like how property works and how housing works. That's fine, I understand that. But I'm just describing how it exists today.
To rule you, so maybe fucking read the book. Give up your sports, give up your booze, give up being the assholes you currently fucking are. I did. Yes, I'm an asshole verbally now, but in action, I'm a good guy every fucking day. I don't fuck people up anymore. I don't beat them up. I don't associate with gangs or bikers. Okay.
You just said you knew gangs and bikers. Are you saying any more? Are they gonna like you shit-talking them online? That seems like a bad strategy.
Okay, if you're any kind of piece of shit and you come near me, I'll fuck up your world.
No one's gonna come near you, Marcel. It's fine. Everyone will leave you alone.
I became the good guy, and yeah, I used to be a bad fucking man.
Good guys generally threaten to hurt people. That's usually how that works. That's why Superman all the time is like, I'll fucking kill you! And everyone's like, yay, Superman! At least that's how Zack Snyder writes him. But, you know, normal Superman isn't like that.
I had good silver lining in there. I didn't murder, I didn't rape, I didn't that shit. But think Italian mob.
Is that your bar? Well, I didn't murder or sexually assault anyone, so...
That was my mentality. I figured whole legal system's out to fuck you, fuck them. I didn't trust politicians. I didn't vote. I didn't any of that shit. And if you did, you're a dumbass. Punk ass bitch, little bitch from school. Hall monitor motherfucker. You're those fucking losers. And worked for the court system, and she supports it fully, even though she left it. When I brought this up to them, she attacked me. She told me she's gonna get judges after me and shit. Fuck that bitch! Every judge you know, fuck you. Fuck you. And laugh or whatever. These eyes, you know if they were in the same room with you, you'd shit yourself, you little fucking cunt.
I would be terrified if I were in a room with an unstable person. You're right.
Fucking bitch ass, fucking nobody. And Eric, I saw your photos. You're a fat fuck. You think you're tough? I'd fucking destroy you. Fucking destroy you. The big guys, just so you guys know, I was a bouncer, at the Curtis. I'm fucking tough. I'm tough as like...
What's he saying during the license plate sections when it isn't the N-word? Either he's using some other slur, like the F slur or the R slur, or it's someone's full name, and I'm blurring out, I'm bleeping out people's full names so they're not getting doxxed.
Fucking come it. I'm 5'7", 150, and I can beat people that are 6'3", 6'7". Right? I use wrestling, I take you to the ground, then I beat the Curtis. I'm fucking tough. I'm tough as they fucking come it. I'm 5'7", 150.
5'7", wow, 3 inches taller than Ben Shapiro. That's pretty good.
And I can beat people that are 6'3", 6'7". Right? I use wrestling, I take you to the ground, then I beat your fucking ass before my oath. Now, again, I have an oath. But that's why I became an asshole. You guys are the fucking assholes. You won't even learn my fucking system. I spent the time, the money, the effort. I risked my life. I've been to court. I've been on Winnipeg Top 10 Most Wanted. You all won't suffer for your freedom for a second. And that's why, fuck you. You deserve what's coming. So, again, I will have marketing teams out sometime in the future when I feel like it, but I fucking hate all of you, and the way I came to hate you is my mom and dad abandoned me. My sisters don't give a fuck if you all die. Every gangster I ever knew is a little bitch. You're a fat fucking cunt tub of shit loser. I didn't want you to join to fuck with cops. I wanted you to join because you're supposed to be a leader in your community. You're allegedly indigenous. You allegedly care about your people. You fat fucking bitch. Fuck you! All these people were supposed to help me and they all turned into cowards. And that's why I don't respect
Did I edit this? I did.
any of you because you're all fucking cowards.
That's why I was so late to start the stream today, because I had to spend time, and every time he mentioned someone's name or said a slur, I had to pause the video and cut out the audio and put the stuff on there.
I am an asshole, but I'm the asshole that could get the job done. I'm a miracle. None of you could even pull this off on your fucking own. Again, there might be the odd individual out there who's a fluke, but I'm in the top percentage of smart, badass motherfuckers who got the job done.
Well, that's unfalsifiable, so I guess I have nothing to say about that claim, Marcel.
So that's how come I got bitter. I also had staff try and blackmail me. Fucking that piece of shit, if anyone knows him, tried blackmailing me. That's why I wound up on Winnipeg Top 10 Most Wanted, because when he tried blackmailing me, I reminded him, I'm not going to do anything to you, but I know where you live, idiot. And he still tried blackmailing me. I could have that fucker shot in the head if I wanted.
That's a threat. That's probably illegal. I don't know Canadian law. Is that legal? Can you just threaten people like that? I don't think that's okay.
Didn't, and I didn't even threaten that, but he's a fucking...
I didn't threaten that, but I could do it. That's a threat. We call that a threat, Marcel.
Goof. He was hired on commission, and when pay didn't come fast enough, he tried blackmailing me. And that's what derailed our office, along with that fucking bitch. I can't remember her name right now, but she knew my ex, who works for the Department of National Defense, and lives at...
That's the part where he straight up just, like, doxes her completely and gives her home address.
She still works for Department of National Defense, and she's helping house the soldiers that are gonna come fucking kill you guys and force vaccinate you and shit. And fuck you. They had 3 years to come on board. She helped a little bit, but she decided to be the cow fucking coward she is and stay a citizen and help the system kill y'all.
Is there someone we can report this to? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know who you would even report it to in Canada. If someone's Canadian and knows who to report this to, maybe do so.
She says we're not real, even though
The police know about this guy already. He was on Winnipeg's top 10 most wanted at one point for fleeing from the police by moving without telling them while he was under investigation. And there was another time where he gave kids $100 and gave them a bunch of his business cards, and people were like, well, that's creepy. Don't give children that much money and give them your business card.
she helped us open our bank accounts, and she decided to leave.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police? You don't think they'd care? I don't know. If someone's in Canada, that's your business to report this. I don't know anything about it.
After 6 years and abandon us and you guys. To all the people I hired, I've hired thousands of people.
Or you could just report it on YouTube, I guess. Yes, it is just a YouTube video, too.
Thousands to fucking help me who didn't fucking help. Fuck y'all too. Y'all judgmental fucking pieces of shit. And all of you who think you have the right to judge me, fuck you. I'm your superior in every way. And if you judge me in person, I'd fucking end you before my oath. And now, you just wouldn't get near me anyway. So, again, I'm doing this all for historical purposes. I know most of you watching this, it isn't going to help you because you're too stupid to look up or understand what the fuck I said.
That's definitely true. I'm much too stupid to understand Marcel.
But I want you to understand, to the people I did mention, I'm going to destroy all of you one day. When my money comes, there will be no fucking mercy, and any legal habits you have or anything in the legal system you enforce, I'm going to fucking destroy you.
He's peaceful, though. Remember that. He's peaceful.
Starting with... all of you, fuck you. As long as I live, I'd be very fucking afraid of the shitstorm I'm going to unveil on you. And to all of you who think the legal system's good, Epstein Island, the pedophilia shit, that's the legal system, motherfuckers. The Pope, pedophile, legal system, motherfuckers. He's the Roman Emperor to this day.
There's a direct connection between the Vatican, the Catholic Church, and Rome, but the Pope is not a Roman emperor, right? Rome doesn't exist in the way that it used to exist. They're the Vatican now. And
Canada is a bankrupt nation state, pledges title to the crown. The USA went bankrupt in 33 too. United States of America is Washington District of Columbia.
No, it's not.
Canada Inc. is SEC.gov, registered Washington District of Columbia.
There probably is a Canada Incorporated, but that doesn't make it the government of Canada.
That's a District of Columbia.
Let's take a look, shall we? Let's look up Canada Incorporated. Canada Incorporated. So it's a company in Canada that is a subsidiary of a different Canada, or a different company, rather. It's not the Canadian government. It's a company called Canada Incorporated that he thinks is the Canadian government. Like, no, this is a media industry. They're in publishing and broadcasting. This is not the Canadian government. This is a company that is called Canada Inc. It would be like thinking Federal Express is like the federal government because they have the word federal in their name. I'm sure there's like an America Incorporated and a USA Incorporated too. But those aren't the government. Those are private corporations named after the country they're in.
Be a corporate jurisdiction ruled from Colombia, you fucking morons. Real tired of explaining this shit. And to Hannah, whatever that cunt's name is, and anyone else who criticizes me, you're fully fucking liable and we're gonna come after you.
Actually, as I stated, Marcel, all of this is my opinion, and I do not consent to legal action against me. And as you know, since you believe this is the case, you cannot bring legal action against someone unless they consent. And I do not consent. Case dismissed. Get a gavel. You'll sound more legitimate, Marcel. Buy a gavel. They're $20 on Amazon.
And because you don't know law, it doesn't even have to be for what you said about me. I'm just going to look into how you operate your life, and you're technically incorrect a million ways, all of you. And my administrators can lien you, bill you. And it's not paper
It's a felony to file false liens.
terrorism. If you commit a crime, you're liable under natural law and common law, motherfucker. And my private law. So the reason I'm an asshole is because you're all useless cunts. You fucking losers. Even that guy from Detroit Threat Management's a punk bitch. That's why I called him the N-word, because he said if he had to challenge Clinton, he'd sign a letter and that's it. He's not going to stand up to cops for you. And if you think he is, you're an idiot. Enjoy getting killed. I'm the leader in this, you guys, and if you can't see that, you're fucking dumb. Dumb as shit. No one else is going to give up what they love. No one else is going to pay for your freedom for you. I paid for your freedom, eh? I paid for it all. It's all sitting here. The videos are free on YouTube still until I take them down. You dumb fuck. 12 years it's all been free. And if you haven't heard of us yet, blame your friends. I've hit critical mass a few times, and y'all choose not to share my shit? Fuck you! You fucking own piece of shit garbage motherfucker. I fucking hate all of you. Seriously. And I'm not talking about the strangers. If you're worth your salt, let me know. But to all the people I knew, fuck you. Fucking everyone. Fuck all of you. You see me around, step up and tell me how you feel about what I just said, and I'll show you how I fucking feel. All of you who think you have something to say to me, trust me, if you were in front of me, you'd be shitting your fucking pants.
Again, yeah, if unstable, manic, threatening people were in front of me, yeah, that'd be scary.
Look in these eyes and see the wrath of God, motherfucker. See a dad who lost his son. See a scorned son whose parents are all still alive and never call him. See a man who had thousands of friends who would all rather sell out than be the right fucking stand-up thing, you motherfuckers.
Remember that scene from The Dark Knight where the Joker uses a video camera and he's got a guy dressed as Batman tied up and he's got the camera and it's way zoomed in? This has that vibe.
Even the town I live in now, I explain this shit to people. They keep operating their businesses. Chamber of Commerce, when I joined, I explained this to businesses. They don't give a fuck. They just want to make money off you assholes. And they're going to keep doing it too. Keep shopping at Walmart. I've never shopped at Walmart a day.
That was another racial slur.
Since I learned my fucking freedom. Those are the concentration camps.
No, wait, that one was the F slur. Now I remember.
Camps too, eh? They put barbed wire around the top when FEMA comes. Again, here they built their own concentration camps, but
he thinks Walmarts are going to be turned into concentration camps. Which doesn't seem very profitable for the Walton family, but okay.
If you don't know your freedom, fuck you.
Should I make money selling craft dinners to obese Canadians? Or should we start a concentration camp that will make us next to no money?
And if you're not helping Peacemaker Society, fuck you. If you haven't founded your own society, fuck you. And you think I'm an asshole, you're the asshole. I'm the guy who fucking did everything it took from the moment I found out about freedom to save it, and you're the ones who haven't done shit. Fuck you. I spent every penny. I made everything happen. So go fuck yourself. And anyone who thinks I did this for money, I paid for all of this.
His teeth are so yellow. It's because he smokes weed a lot. That'll happen if you smoke constantly.
Money didn't help for shit. I put it into programs, and I've never needed your fucking money. Your selfish ass is the one who's selfish, not me. Fuck you. So that's why Marcel, the family Bassett, became an asshole, and you can all go fuck yourself if you don't like it, because you honestly should be put down instead of me even explaining this shit. And historically, to the people coming, fighting for freedom, keep it up, do a good job, and anyone who gets in your way, fuck them. Take my...
This was uploaded like 4 days ago.
...solidness and unleash it on their fucking face. Later, guys. Bye.
Oh, Marcel.
You're more worried about... If I didn't get so you... I don't give a fuck what you do to them. Have a great day, everybody. Cheers. And Freemasons, I'm sure you're real happy to hear that. My family lines are Freemasons and shit, I'm sure. Right? That's all my family, right? I'm not in favor of my family. I hate them as much as I hate citizens. And I don't honestly support the genocidal agenda, but citizens, you fucking deserve it. Enjoy getting fucking murdered, you dumb motherfucker. And if you're a citizen, you are a fucking... The rest of your life, you're a fucking... Bye. I don't associate with any color, motherfuckers. Sovereign, bitch! Fuck you! And for 12 years, it's been my pleasure to shit all over all of you because I'm better than you. And I always fucking will be. Bye.
Yikerinos, Batman. That's, bad. That's bad. Do I need to... Ooh. So that is... Marcel Bassett. Those videos are still up. They were posted 4 and 3 days ago, respectively. Honestly, I downloaded them at least in part because, for one, I obviously wanted to show them to you guys, but also his channel might get deleted because of this stuff if it gets reported, and I'm not telling anyone to do that because I don't care. It's none of my business, but like, YouTube doesn't look kindly on that type of thing typically. So I would suggest to Marcel, since you are watching, if you would like to retain your YouTube channel, probably get rid of those videos. Just because, you know, not usually a good look for a white guy to go around screaming racial slurs, you know? Not a great look. So that's Marcel. Again, my favorite sovereign citizen just because he is out there. He is so out there. Let's move on. That's enough of Marcel for the day. Jesus.